Hey YouTube, what's up? My name is Tori and this is Roots and Arrows Farm. And today I am nursing a migraine with a bunch of water and walking around my garden at about 8:15 p.m. I am home by myself right now. I just got back from the lake and I have been, let's see, I went to breakfast this morning with my mom, my dad, my sister, her boyfriend, and all 4 of my kids. And then I came home and got a little bit of baking done for the farmer's market tomorrow. And then so I came home and did the baking. They went out to the lake, and then I went and met them at the lake and swam and went out on the boat and had a great time from about 2 o'clock until about 6 o'clock. And I took my grandma out there and we got to spend some time with them for 4th of July. So it was really great. Tonight, my parents and my sister and her boyfriend and my aunt and my kids are all camping out at the lake. So I say camping out, but they're popping up tents in my aunt's backyard, which I'm sure is going to be a blast for them. But I am back here at the house because I have to continue baking and getting ready for tomorrow, which is my first market in Greenwood. So I'm very excited. That's Greenwood, South Carolina, by the way. We kind of live in between Greenwood, South Carolina and Batesburg, Leesville, or sort of in between Greenwood and Edgefield counties. We're like in the middle of all that. But yeah, so, whoop, the fireworks have commenced. I have been just walking around my garden a little bit, seeing what needs to be picked. As of tonight, I don't think anything really is going to get picked. Maybe a couple of tomatoes, but they could probably wait till the heat of the day tomorrow to be picked. I just harvested okra like yesterday, so I think that's okay. The peppers, I kind of want one of them to at least start blushing. I don't want to keep picking them green. So I'm going to let those go. I've got my flats ready. I'm going to take 2 flats tomorrow to try and sell some of these tomatoes. I've got 1 flat over here that I'm going to take. So yeah, I'm not going to get those in the van tonight. I might actually walk them over to the van tonight. We'll see. Anyway, that is not actually why I wanted to pick up the camera tonight. The reason I wanted to pick up, you know, let's go sit down. Because I have a migraine and I've been trying to fight this migraine. I was in the sun too long, that's what it was. This happened when I went to the Homestead Festival in Tennessee as well, but it was much worse when I went to Tennessee. Because I tried to fight through it and I didn't want to take the Tylenol, and I was not feeling great. So I messaged a friend of mine on Facebook Messenger Jessica Soward's Roots and Refuge Farm. Go check them out. Her channel is amazing. She is the one who, she has inspired me to not only start YouTube, but just overall. I talk about her a lot. She's awesome. Anyway, I sent her a message. I was like, look, I've got this horrible migraine. It's pounding. I can't lift my head up. You know, is there any way that you know of that I could relieve it without having to take Tylenol? Especially since we were on the road. And basically, she sent me a message back and she was just like, sometimes you just gotta take the Tylenol. And that kind of hit home for me because it's true. I fight it a lot. I don't like taking medication. I'm very stubborn about it, as my family will tell you. I much prefer to just fight it off naturally and hope for the best. But when it becomes debilitating to where I can't lift my head without it pounding and I'm crying and it's just really horrible, I break down and I take the Tylenol. So, not sure how I got off on that tangent, but if you have an extremely bad migraine and you're fighting taking the Tylenol, just take the Tylenol, because especially if you have kids, you can't just be MIA on your kids. Oh, a chair. Me and my dad, we are so freaking similar. Oh, y'all, look at this. It's just a chair. I love it though. It's a chair because look, he's working on this project. So we have an above ground swimming pool that my dad is working on putting out here for my kids. Well, for all of us really, but for my kids mainly. And I just love that there's a chair right here because this is where he's been working. So this is obviously where he sits down sometimes. And it just reminds me so much of myself because I love having a chair in the garden. As you saw in the very first part of this video, a lot of times, especially at night, I'll just walk out in the garden and stand there. And tonight, actually, I had to cut a lot of it out because, you know, like copyright, but I had a song come up inside me, and I don't generally have that, but then again, I'm never alone, like really alone here at the house. And tonight is the first time where I'm not afraid that, you know, my sister will show up, or my sister's boyfriend will walk around the corner, or my mom will poke her head out, or, you know, my kid will wake up, or like tonight's the first night that I don't have those worries. And so maybe that's why, but I was walking around my garden and I had this song come up inside me, and I just stood there and I sang. And I sang about having, you know, blessings, and the song was I Raise Up a Hallelujah, I think is the name of it. Raise Up a Hallelujah. And I just sort of repeated that over and over, and I added a couple of things in there that's probably not actually part of the lyrics because I can never remember the lyrics perfectly. But as I was looking around my garden and I was singing, and I just remember thinking, I'm singing to my garden. I'm singing to my garden. Like, what? If you have a song inside of you, sing it. Because the world needs to hear your voice. The Lord needs to hear your voice. If you don't ever want to share that with other people, then just sing whenever you can. Sing in your car. Like, I love to sing. I have not sung in public in a very long time. I still sing in the car, like to the radio and stuff. I'll sing. I just felt like singing out in my garden, totally random. I don't think I've ever done that before, and it felt really good. It felt really good. Like it felt like a weight had lifted off of me, and I just sang, and I didn't have to mute myself, or I don't know. It just felt really good. It felt really good. you know, when we're creative, when we create things, like I created this garden, I create content for you guys, I create blog posts, I create songs, I pull from songs that have already been sung and I add my own version, you know, my own lyrics to it, or I'll just pull lyrics right out of the blue from I don't even know where, and I'll just sing them. And I love doing that, and I haven't done it in so long that I forgot that I love to do that. And you know, when I was in high school, I was in the choir. I was in the choir actually all through middle school and high school. And I remember I wanted to try out for show choir, but the day they had the auditions, there was actually an altercation between me and one of the other girls at the school. And she was also in choir. And she, well, I won't go into it because for all I know, she might actually watch this video. But basically, I ended up in tears, very, like angry and embarrassed. I don't even think my family actually knows this, but I did not go to the show choir tryouts because of that. It was about my weight, which I wasn't super overweight in high school. I was much smaller then than I am now. But basically the gist of it was she was telling me that no one would want to come see me because I was, well, let's just say I got bullied quite a bit in high school. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Creating. Okay, so if you're a creator, go create stuff because you're created to create. I mean, we were made in the image of God, and part of that means that we are creators. And you know what? It's so funny to me because I have been creating since I was little, like more little than even I realized, because recently my dad told me something that I didn't even know. And apparently when I was younger, I don't know, 10 years old or younger than that, maybe, probably younger than that, he took me to, I think it was the dump. He took me to the dump, maybe. He took me somewhere where I think it was the dump, where you put in things. It must have been the dump. Anyway, so when I was younger, I think he took me to the dump, and I basically asked him, do they take in this old stuff and turn it into new stuff? I think that's what I said. Did they take this old stuff and turn it into new stuff? It was something like that. And he told me, when he was telling me the story of myself, he was like, yeah, you've been trying to create something out of nothing your whole life. Since when is that a bad thing? Like, since when is that a bad thing? To create something out of nothing is incredible. I mean, it's incredible. Like, there's no other word to explain that. If you can take ingredients and make a delicious meal, you've created something. If you can take, you know, ingredients and create a baked item, you've created something. If you can, sorry, my brain is on baking right now because I need to go inside and finish baking. But anyway, if you can take words and turn them poetically into a song, you've created something. If you can take clips of your life and turn it into a video that people want to watch, you've created something. Like, I mean, the list goes on and on. We were created to create. And on top of that, there's another thing that kind of gets on my nerves. People will ask, sorry, there are bats. Oh my gosh, there are bats. I have never seen so many bats. I don't even think I could get this on camera, but like 5 bats just flew out of the back of the house here. Look, there's one. There goes one. And another one. Oh my gosh. Okay, it is about time for me to go inside. No joke, you see these like 1 or 2 flying out? A minute ago, there were like 10 of them. Came out like freaking fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what I was saying a minute ago. I'm a little scared to move. I have never seen that, and I've walked out here at night a handful of times. Oh, that is weird. Okay. We were created to create. Now, I am more of a writer and a content creator, and I like to, you know, blog, and I love to do these things. Growing a garden has become a passion of mine over the last several years, and cooking and baking and all of these things, I absolutely love it. I feel so alive and so connected to God when I'm creating. It's really hard to explain, but it doesn't have to be that kind of creative. If you create like science experiments, then you're creative. If you come up with math equations, which is way beyond me, then you're creative. If you can figure out a way to fix a computer, then you're creative. There are so many ways in this world that we are allowed to be creative that there is no reason why anyone should not create something. And on top of that, if you want to share that with the world and you're able to make a livelihood off of sharing that with the world, go for it. Social media has changed the game so much on ways that people can create and make an income and earn a living, provide for their families. I mean, it's incredible. It's why I'm here. And if I didn't say that I didn't want this to become monetarily profitable, I guess, for my family, if I didn't want this to turn into my job, like if I didn't acknowledge that, then I would be like, it would not be real. Like it would not be me. This is very much me going about my life, doing the things that I very much love, and wanting to share that with you, with YouTube. And hopefully, yeah, it will become my job. And then I will be able to provide for my children. I will be able to stay home with them. Or, you know, if they continue to go to school, I'll be able to go to all the parent-teacher conferences. And the, you know, just this one year, my kid was in, my oldest son was in kindergarten. And there were like field day things to volunteer for. There were, you know, garden parties to go listen to him read poetry. There were, or to see what he planted. There was a Christmas party or something. There are Thanksgiving gatherings. There's Parents' Day or Grandparents' Day or whatever. Like, there's so much. And I'm about to have all of that times 4. And I really don't want to have to push that responsibility off on anyone else. And that's not to say that I don't have help, because I do. I have my mom, my dad, I have my sister, I have her boyfriend who helps a lot. I have several people in my life who can help, but that doesn't mean that I want to have to lean on them all the time. I want to be able to do it all. That's just part of who I am. I want to be able to have a baking business and sell baked goods. I want to be able to garden. I want to be able to write my blog. I want to be able to create videos. And if I'm not making an income doing those things, then I'm out there working for someone else, not doing what I love, and suffering, basically. And I mean, who wants that? Who willingly will openly say, hey, yeah, I want to go do something I hate, when there are so many other options? Okay. We were created to create. That also means that we were created for attention. One thing I can't stand is when someone says, oh, they're just looking for attention, or they're just, you know, seeking attention. Well, yeah, of course they are. We were created to be in the attention of God, to be His pride and His glory and His, you know, image bearers, and that's what we're made for. So yes, we need attention. It is part of our human makeup. It is part of who we are to need attention. And if someone says that they don't need attention, then they've got too much attention. They don't recognize the lack. They don't recognize the need. Because when you're proud of something, when you do something that you know you did well, there's a part of you that wants other people to acknowledge that. Now, whether you choose to lean into that or not, that's up to you. But that's what we were created for. We were created to be attention seekers because it's part of who we are. Like, if we're made, okay, so if we're made in the image of God, and God requires our attention, seek Him, put your eyes on Him, and all this stuff, then what makes us think that we don't feel that? I have a really bad migraine. Did I mention that? I'm sorry if this has been kind of all over the place tonight, but I just really felt like there was some stuff on my chest that I wanted to come here and share with you guys. And I guess that's kind of it. We are created to be creators. And if you feel like you have a song to sing or a thing to create, then go create it. Share it with the world. And enjoy life. Be filled with joy. Wake up and be excited for your life, because you never know when it's not gonna go your way. Okay, guys. Go sing in your garden. Go sing in your garden. Go relax. Go bake something. Go do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, go feed your soul. Thanks for hanging out with me today and all the days you do. Be safe, be blessed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.